Good afternoon. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. Amuluayemi Adelakun. The federal government has recorded a major boost in investor confidence as global energy giant Shell PLC signaled readiness to invest an additional $20 billion in Nigeria. The commitment was disclosed during a recent meeting between President Tinubu and Shell's Chief Executive Officer, Will Sawan. President Tinubu and Shell's Chief Executive Officer, Will Sawan, the presidential villa in Abuja, where the Shell boss praised the administration's leadership for creating a stable and attractive investment climate. According to a statement by the president's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, Sawan said Nigeria has emerged as one of the most attractive destinations for global oil and gas investment. He highlighted recent investment including $5 billion in Bonga North, $2 billion in HI, an ongoing gas project linked to NLNG, noting that the president's economic reforms and vision have restored confidence among international investors. First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has urged Nigerians to embrace environmental protection and cleanliness as a shared societal responsibility. Tinubu made the call in Abuja in a message to commemorate the International Day of Clean Energy 2026, stating that the day serves as a reminder to all Nigerians of their collective duty to protect and preserve the environment. She also wished Nigerians a happy International Day of Clean Energy, harping on awareness creation for a just and inclusive transition to clean energy for the benefit of people and the planet. Power distribution companies have expressed doubt over the directive by the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, that prepaid meters must be free for all due to the sensitivity of the matter, said the minister made only a political statement without considering the input of all the stakeholders, especially the installers and meter providers. The DISCO operators, while reacting to Adelabu's statement, said the meters tagged as free by the federal government will still be paid for by the DISCOs within a period of 10 years. The operators lamented that DISCOs cannot be the ones paying for installation, wondering why the government wants them to bear the cost of installation. The Oyo State Police Command has confirmed the killing of a police inspector while a team of police officers were trying to rescue a kidnapped victim, Aruno Lawal, at Alonda village, Ojongbudu, in the Oyo West local government area of the state. A statement released by the state police public relations officer, Olainka Ayolade, said the assailant abducted Lawal and escaped with his motorcycle to an unknown location. Ayolade confirmed that effort had been intensified to track down and arrest the fleeing suspect, thereby reassuring members of the public of the command's resolve to ensure that criminals find no hiding place in the state. The Shafa'al Day in Islam Faidoya Wal Akiyat has called for the restructuring of Nigeria as a way to enhance continuity as a unilateral nation. They affirm that the major problem of terrorism, insurgents, unstable economy is as a result of pursuance of power and the need to prevent history from repeating itself. Our correspondent, Sheifumi Akisoya, has the report.
This was made known by the founder of Shafa'al Day in Islam, Professor Sabitu Olagoke, on the occasion of the institution's 43rd anniversary, an annual convention held in Ibadan on the 24th of January 2026. Also calling on the populace on the collaboration of culture and religion. Olagoke also said that separation is another alternative to the continuity of Nigeria, stressing that it is time to look inward to develop ourselves as a nation. He also stated that Nigeria, amidst its natural resources, needs partnership from foreign bodies.
So if continuity of Nigeria is to be upheld, we must be ready to go into restructuring. Detailed one, meaningful and serious one. Not the kind of restructuring you will play politics with. That is the only thing. Otherwise, it is better we allow sanity to reign so that through some legislative processes, we go about separation. Because originally, we are not the same. The outside culture, very, very different from us. from that of the Yorubas. That of the Igbos is different from that of the Yorubas and the Hausas. We are being forced to coexist. So separation is the best if we are unable to go with continuity of Nigeria.
Speaking at the event, the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Abimbola Owode, called on Nigerians to desist from the devaluation of any religion, commending Olagoke for his steadfastness and describing the event as one tailored towards human development.
Today, with what I'm seeing today, I must tell you that I'm really impressed with some of the work here, and some of them have been tailored towards human development. So my message to all Nigerians is that I would like to say that we should all try to embrace other religion. Should always be having it at the back of our mind that we are brothers and sisters.
Meanwhile, Senator representing Oyo Central Senatorial District, Senator Yunus Akintunde, who was also present at the event in his own speech, said that the first responsibility of every government is provision of security for its citizens as enshrined in the Constitution, affirming that the current government is working towards giving the people its best.
The first responsibility of every government is provision of security. It's in the Constitution. Things are getting better. Before we came in, if you want to go to school, you didn't have money, you can't go. Unless you don't know what you are doing today. Government has made provision for you to take loan. If you are sure of your get, take loan, go to school, get a job and go on. I think government is trying.
Personalities in the society. Sheifumi Akinsoya for Dominion News.
The National Director of Communications of the Oduduwa People's Congress, OPC, Tunji Abiola, has decried any and every form of negotiation with terrorists in the country. Speaking during an interview with Dominion News, Abiola said that engaging terrorists in dialogue is wrong, both religiously and ethically, stressing that such actions only undermine justice and security. He has expressed firm opposition to the amnesty reportedly granted to about 70 so-called repentant terrorists in Kaduna State.
Honestly, even before God, it's a sin to negotiate with terrorists. And that's why everybody is condemning the Katsina issue now, that is saying that they should grant amnesty to the 70 repentant terrorists, give them amnesty. They say they are not doing again. And these are blatant lies. Anybody who is a terrorist is a killer. And you don't bring a killer into the fold of the normal human beings. He will still kill. All he needs is a little bit of motivation from his former colleagues. And before you know it, he will begin to do things. You know, the best is to bring them before justice and put them where they belong appropriately.
Abiola maintained that the appropriate response to terrorism is full application of the law, advising authorities to ensure that suspected terrorists are allowed to face justice rather than being offered negotiations or amnesty. He emphasized that accountability is essential to achieving lasting peace and security. On the foreign scene, South Sudan's military has ordered all civilians and personnel from the United Nations mission of an operation there against opposition forces. Clashes that the United Nations says are occurring at a scale not seen since 2017 have been convulsing in South Sudan, with some of the fiercest fighting taking place in Jonglei, located in the country's east on the border with Ethiopia. The South Sudan People's Defense Forces said in a statement that an operation is leaving in Uro and Akubu counties and Jonglei to immediately evacuate for safety to government-controlled areas as soon as possible. Greece Fire Brigade has revised earlier reports that 5 people were missing, but has now confirmed that 3 people had been killed by fire that engulfed a food factory near the central Greek city of Trikala. Earlier, a fire brigade official told newsmen that 13 people were at the factory when the fire broke out, and 8 of them had managed to get out of the facility while rescue efforts were underway. The officials said the cause of the fire, which broke out in the early morning hours, was not clear, but local media reported that a loud explosion was heard before the fire. United States Under-Secretary of Defense for Policy Elbridge Colby and South Korean Defense Minister An Gyu-bak have agreed to deepen cooperation on serious pursuit of a nuclear-powered submarine. South Korea's defense ministry released a statement that both sides viewed cooperation on a nuclear-powered submarine as a step that will strengthen South Korea's ability to lead the defense of the peninsula and elevate the security alliance. Meanwhile, the United States' new national defense strategy said that it expects a more limited U.S. role in